This episode of the Rocker Skating Podcast is brought to you by John Wilson Blades. For more than 329 years, John Wilson has been perfecting the art of blade making in Sheffield, England. And while their history runs deep, their eyes are always on the future. That's why they created the Revolution, the world's most advanced figure skating blade. It is the perfect fusion of centuries-old craftsmanship and cutting-edge technology, delivering unmatched precision, responsiveness, and performance. That's why the majority of world and Olympic champions trust John Wilson. Because when history meets innovation, you get the revolution. All right, hi. Before we get started today, just want to give a little bit of a plug to the special edition rocker skating pins that are on sale. There have been many of them that have been purchased. Thank you to all of you who have. And all of the proceeds go toward, one, the operations of rocker skating and the Rocker Skating Podcast. And as I've done in the past, any excess that I get goes directly to athlete funds. So I will always pay it forward as much as I can. And you all, as fans, have been so generous. And thank you so much for your support. These pins do only happen once every 4 years, although who knows, because people are really excited about these pins. But thank you if you're able. Thank you if you're not able and you're just following. That's also great. But go to rockerskating.com/pins. If you order before this weekend, they will get shipped next week before I head to Milan. So maybe that's an incentive. Thank you so much. Welcome to the Rocker Skating Podcast. It is 4 Continents Week. And we just came off of Europeans Week like it was yesterday. It really kind of was. Michelle, did you rest?
Hi, Jackie. I did a little bit of resting, and I almost felt rested, and then all of a sudden there was more skating to watch.
Yeah. And we're recording this Wednesday night, if for those of you in podcast land who's listening to us, which means the first competition actually starts in about 4 hours.
Yeah.
And so we're going to get through this preview, and then I'm going to go take a nap.
Yeah, and then we're going to watch Gabby Daleman compete.
Oh my God,
at
so
a
exciting.
championship event.
Gabby Daleman, welcome back.
Let's go.
We ended with dance at Europeans. So let's start with dance for 4 continents and the preview. Okay, in my mind, I don't know if you agree with me, Michelle. In my mind, it's an American podium sweep.
Sweep.
Yes, with a potential for one spoiler.
I would love for there to be a sweep. I feel like Fabbri and Ayer are on the podium.
Oh, so
but
interesting.
I love the Browns, and I love their free dance. So a sweep would be fun.
It's interesting. Fabbri and Ayer they were not on my list as even in the top 5 because their international scores have just not been there, even though I think you and I agree that they are very good skaters, and I think they often get underscored. For me, the spoilers are Lim and Kwan, who've had a very good season coming in.
I love them too. That would be fantastic.
I mean, as much as we sort of giggle at Will Smith and Men in Black, they are doing something very different than everybody else in the rhythm dance, which I appreciate.
I mean, you giggle at it. I think it's fun. They do something different.
I do giggle at it. It's just Will Smith was such an era. Like Will Smith in the 90s and his PG-13 rapping, and he never says a curse word, and it's like
that was important to the youth because we couldn't
absolutely.
Listen. I mean, I was old enough to, and I wasn't a particularly big Will Smith fan, but kids couldn't listen to the heavy rap because they had that label on the front, and our moms wouldn't buy it for us. So Will Smith filled the void.
I don't know. I listened to all of it. All the gangster rap I can listen to. And then, of course, there was there was the less explicit stuff that Puff Daddy back in the day before all the scandals was putting out. And then there was Will Smith, who was, as saccharine of rapping as it gets. So that's why I chuckle at it. Anyway, our this is we're not going to get we are going to get Will Smith.
Yeah.
We're not going to get the Ricky Martin meltdown that I had last week.
I
I
don't
don't
know.
think.
Who knows? Gosh, I mean, I haven't seen half of these teams skate this
It's
year, so
true. It's true. This is this field is a lot of names that are not always in like the
mhm,
larger international events.
mhm.
But yeah, let's get back to the potential podium sweep, right? Because I think Zingas Kolesnik coming in as now kind of squarely the number 2 US team, they want to have a win here. Like they do not
Yeah.
want to go into the Olympics having lost to Green and Parsons.
Yeah,
And there is Green and Parsons are very good.
yeah,
And, I don't think it's going to happen, but there's always a chance.
mhm. Yeah, you never know. I mean, kind of selfishly don't want Green and Parsons to win this because the last time they won the pre-Olympic Four Continents championships, the interviewer in their winter interview was like, "So you going to the Olympics?" And they had to be like, "No." So, yeah,
Please,
but love their
please,
skating and
announcers.
yeah,
Yes.
I definitely think it'd be
Please, in
interesting.
arena hosts, please do not.
I know.
Don't ask.
A lot of people had questions about why Zingas and Kolesnik were going to this competition, and Emmy talked about it on her TikTok. I don't know if you follow her on TikTok, but she's very active on there, and her videos are lots of fun. But she said that they basically took it because they are trying to take every opportunity offered to them this season, and so far it's been going really well. And they didn't want to turn down a championship event. So
It's
some people
fair.
just like to compete, and
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I wouldn't turn down a free trip to China. Maybe this week. I don't know if it'd be a good idea, but ordinarily.
I mean, what's interesting about that, right? We were sort of conjecturing that it
Mm,
might have been because of the world standing,
mhm,
protection. And as it turned out, all the things that happened at Europeans last week, they are very much in that second to last group.
mhm.
And so nobody's going to be overtaking them at this point
Mhm.
for the second to last group. So they're fine in that
Yeah,
sense.
yeah.
Um, but they were here last season, right?
Mhm,
Not having made worlds, they've never made worlds, and they were fifth here last year. And
mhm,
so I think there's also the like, hey, let's get a medal.
mhm.
Let's get a gold medal on our way to the Olympics.
Yeah.
So that's the fight for gold. And then I think Oona and Gage Brown are in that medal contention
Mhm,
conversation. Lim and Kwan are. Uh, Fabbri and Ayer maybe.
mhm.
You are very bullish on them. Um, Harris and Chan, I think, very outside shot.
Yeah.
But I don't think I think it's what's interesting about this group, right, is that there's a bunch up there that's like 5 or 6 who are going to have the um the advantage in terms of their standing in the world
Mhm,
and their skill level and all that kind of stuff. And then there's kind of everybody else shooting for the rest.
mhm. Where do you think Wang and Liu are going to score? I
This
mean,
one's very
finish.
interesting. Yeah, this
Yeah.
one is very interesting, right? Because we're in China,
Mhm.
and that will unfortunately, location
Yeah.
still plays a role in these
We
things.
saw it.
And
We saw it in
we saw, yep,
September.
we saw it at the Olympic qualifying. For me, they should be in the 7th or 8th placement,
Mhm.
and they should be behind Yoshida Morita if everybody skates
I
cleanly.
agree with that. I don't know if
Um,
it'll happen, but I agree with it.
I think it'll be close between the two of them, as
Mhm.
it was at the Olympic event.
Yeah.
Um, I think that's probably the next tier of placement battling is between the two of them. And then there's another tier of placement battling that is the Ren and Xing, the second Chinese pair,
Mm-hmm.
and the two Canadian
Mm.
teams that are really internationally not very well tested, and so we
Mm-hmm.
don't know exactly what they're going to do.
Mm.
Look at us going inside baseball up to like the top 10 of ice dance.
Yeah.
What do you think they're going to finish? Wang and
Who?
Lu.
Wang and Liu?
Yeah.
Um, they're gonna finish ahead of at least one of these teams that I don't think they should finish ahead of. Um, but I don't know. We'll see. I was intrigued by Jamie Fournier. I am not familiar with her, and I wondered if she was related to Laurence, but they don't follow each other on Instagram, so I guess not. They do train together, so um, yeah.
I think Fournier is a somewhat
Is it?
common
I don't
last name.
know.
Yeah.
I don't know. We know Nathan Lickers isn't. That's very unique. Very unique name. Um, I like Henson and Lickers. I'm excited to see them compete here.
According to the interwebs,
Mhm.
the last name Fournier is quite common, especially in French-speaking regions such as France, Canada, and Switzerland, where it ranks highly. 20th most popular last name in France and
Wow.
26th most popular last name in Quebec.
Wow. Okay.
Fournier.
Mm,
All right, let's move on over to the other double person discipline.
mhm.
Let's go to pairs.
'Kay.
Pairs is so interesting.
This is a good field.
It is such a
Yeah.
it's not a deep field, but the top pairs are really freaking good.
Yeah. Um, I feel like there's like kind of the well, not even. Yeah, it's like it, there's like a crunch at the top, and there can be a
Mm-hmm.
lot of movement in there. And yet I
Mm-hmm.
really
Mm-hmm.
couldn't pick the podium here because it's really going to come down to how people actually compete. I
Yeah.
want to say I know we're in China. I know that politics are politics. I feel like if Nagaoka and Moriguchi skated completely clean here, they should win this competition.
I have exactly the same thought. I think this is their four continents to break through,
Yeah. Yeah.
especially given how they skated at Japanese nationals and the way they have been improving this season in their consistency.
Mhm.
And the fact that when I was at Japan Nationals, I was so impressed that Yuna Nagaoka finally looks like she's figured out how to land her throws
Mhm.
in a way that isn't scary anymore.
Mhm.
Like,
Mhm.
it used to kind of be like he sort of flings her in the air and you're wondering if she's going to put it on one foot. And now it's very different.
Mhm.
She's maybe found she's figured out how to work her core on those landings, and it
Mhm.
works.
Yeah.
So I agree with you. Like I have them first over Sui and Han, and
Oh, you
and I
actually wrote it down.
I wrote it down, and
Oh.
and I was very close to putting Efimova Mitrofanov over Sui and Han.
Okay, no. Um, I'm really interested to see how Sway and Han look here because
Yes.
I felt like they were improving a lot, and then they got to Chinese nationals, and I was not that impressed by the way they skated in that competition. I feel like they haven't really taken flight in quite the way I expected them to. I was so excited to see them early in the season, and even their incremental progress I thought was really exciting.
Yeah.
I don't. I'm curious. I want to know like how hard are they working? How much are they getting back? Where are their programs right now? I'm sure the short program's going to be great, but like what's the state of that free skate? Um I mean, I still have high hopes, but
If
I
we
think this will
if
be
we know
very informative going into Milan.
if exactly if we know anything about Wenjing Sui, it's that she
Mhm.
is working hard.
Yeah, but if we know anything about Song Han, is that he doesn't want to be.
It is very much like she's like, can you just do me this favor for the next 6 months
Mhm.
because we're so
Yeah.
close.
I feel like he has a countdown on his phone of like
Oh,
how
I'm
many seconds he has
sure.
left till he can just like go back to work.
I mean, I told you I saw him last year at
Yeah.
Worlds, and I was like, I talked to him, and I was like,
Yeah.
like, "Are you skating?" He's like, "No, I haven't skated in years."
Oh, poor man.
So this is probably
Yeah,
a surprise to him that he
yeah,
would be here this season.
yeah,
But yeah, a lot of questions will be answered,
yeah.
and the main question is, are they going to be medal contenders in Milan?
Mhm,
And the conditioning is the thing
mhm.
that is the most.
Yes. Yeah,
It's the
yeah,
most everything. I don't even
yeah,
have an adjective to finish the qualifier, but it's the most.
yeah. Um, the 3 American teams, I feel like they could finish in any order depending on how they skate. I'm guessing Shin and Naj will probably be 3rd of the 3, but who knows? Um,
Interesting.
the team that I really think could do something sneaky here is Laurent and Etier, because
Mhm.
they have now done 2 completely clean free skates in competition this season, and, pairs is like, you never know what's gonna happen. Doing a clean free skate in pairs is probably th like, the biggest, like, checkmate you can do in any
Yeah.
discipline. I mean, that's just, like, clean, in pairs. So, I don't know, I'd like to see them do something sneaky. I feel like it could happen. It's in the
Yeah.
wind.
So I'm previewing my Sandra Bezic interview
Yeah.
a little bit, but I did an interview with Sandra Bezic. It's going to come out next week,
Mhm.
and she is one of the choreographers for Laurent and Etier.
Mhm.
And she was saying that one of the big things about them this season is that they came in with a plan. They're like, we're going to do what we can do. We're not going to
Mhm.
overdo it.
Mhm.
And what they have been doing over and over again in practice is skating clean free
Mhm.
skates. And that's why you've seen
Mm.
the clean free skates happen in
Mhm.
competition, is because they're not over pushing themselves, and
Mhm.
they've figured out what their good balance is. And
Mhm.
their good balance is not, the best in the world. Their good balance is very good for what is international competition, and it's very good for them.
Mhm.
So that's part of the, I think, part of the magic
Mhm.
there.
Mhm.
Um, I agree, though. Efimova and Mitrofanov are in my mind the likely higher placing of the
Yeah.
three.
Yeah.
Um, I think Shin and Naj, it's either they're going to come in with a redemption fire underneath them,
Mhm.
or they're still in the throes of the disappointment of not making the Olympic team, and so it could go
Yeah.
either way for them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And for McBeath and Parkman, this is a springboard to Worlds, so
Mhm.
they wanna do well and prove that they can
Mhm.
finish in the top 10 at Worlds, right? Like all of that
Mhm.
sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Um, Kemp and Elizarov, I don't know how much you've seen them skate,
I saw them
Michelle.
some on the JGP, I think, but I don't think
Yeah,
I've seen them this season.
I I think they have such potential for the
Oh, this
future
is
of
the team
Canadian
you love.
pairs. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah, I saw them this fall.
like
Oh, they're doing senior. Interesting.
yeah, like really beautiful skating. I think their
Mhm.
side by sides have been the issue for them.
Mhm.
Not surprising, because that's what the issue is for most pairs.
Yeah.
But they have really lovely lines. They
Mm.
have a lot of potential. I'm excited to see what they can bring in the next 4 years.
Interesting. They're both from Winnipeg.
So
Mm.
cold.
Yeah, it's so cold.
That's all I can think of is
Yeah.
so cold.
And I'm excited to see the Australians here,
Yeah,
Golubeva and Giatopoulos more, who we have not seen almost at all this season, other than a
yeah.
very challenging short program at a senior B. So I
You
think it was
you
Golden
really
Spin.
wonder you really
Yeah.
wonder what their condition is like here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, the men are going to men. I don't have any doubt. Looking down this list, I don't know if they're going to quite men as hard as the European
Yeah.
men did, but there's a lot of potential placement
Yeah.
um, probabilities. It's like the
Mhm.
three Japanese men are very good. Um, we have Mikhail Shaidorov, we have Junhwan Cha, we have Tomoki Hiwatashi,
Mhm.
Jacob Sanchez, Roman
Liam
Sadowski, Wesley
Capakis.
Chu, Liam Kapakis. Like, there's a
Yushan
lot of
Lee. Yushan Lee of
Yushan
Taipei,
Lee
Taiwan.
going to the Olympics.
Heart with a big smile on his face.
Yep. Um, and Boyang Jin, right? Like all
Mhm.
of these guys who have good potential and could really, um, we just saw Georgy Reshchenko take advantage of
Mhm.
a messy men's
Mhm.
competition to get bronze at Europeans.
Mhm.
Um, there's a lot that can happen here.
Mhm.
Who are you keeping your eye on?
I mean, Junhwan Cha, as always. I would love to see him do 2 really strong skates here, get on the podium. I mean, he should be on the podium at this event. He's
Hmm.
capable of it. But we'll see. And I'm also interested to see Kao Miura and how he's feeling. I mean, we haven't last saw him at Japanese Nationals where he skated very well, but that was not the case most of the rest of the season. So we'll see
Right.
how he looks. And I'm of course so excited to see Kazuki Tomono's short program one more time. Um, yeah, Sophie
Well,
Tucker,
could be
so
more
good.
than one more time if
Mhm.
he makes it to Worlds
Yeah,
again as an alternate.
yeah.
Um,
Uh,
but
and of course
you were
Jacob. Yeah.
kind of making fun of me for this.
Mm.
But after Japanese Nationals, I was like, Kao Miura could have potentially put himself in the conversation for the Olympic podium,
I mean, I'd love that. I love that.
and this is the time for it,
Yeah.
right? Like
Yeah.
what he does here at Four Continents could very well be an indication of his potential, not really potential, his probability to be a medal podium threat at the Olympics.
Yeah.
Because you look at his technical content and you look at the way that he does his jumps and you look at the way that he skates, it's all there.
Mhm. It is. And the power when he performs.
Yeah.
It's like no one else in the world. He's
Yeah.
just got such, like, power in him, in his movements, and yeah, I'd love to see it. I'm really curious how Shaidorov is gonna look here. I feel like this has been a rough season for him in terms of consistency, and the last time we saw him, he had basically taken all of the choreography out of his programs. Not that there was a ton to begin with, but took it all out just to skate around and do jumps, and, like, you're throwing your components away. I don't know what's going on, why he is, in that state this year, because last year he was just building and building and building up to Worlds. Um, yeah, but
I
we'll see.
I wish that his strategy would have been taking away jumps
Yeah,
and
yeah,
getting more consistent,
yeah,
but he was taking away choreography
yeah,
to try to get more consistent, and it still wasn't working
yeah,
at Grand Prix final. He's such a
yeah.
talent,
Mhm,
and we've seen him skate to music well before.
mhm,
It's just that the free skate this year, as much as the music means something to him, we
mhm.
haven't seen what it means to him yet in the
Yeah,
choreography.
yeah.
I think I think kind of like the Shin and Naj thing, Tomoki Hiwatashi will be an interesting one,
Mm,
given
mhm.
he was like Shin and Naj, oh so close to making it to the Olympic team.
Yeah,
Literal points,
yeah.
right? Like, and he had been not necessarily the front runner all season, but he had an edge over
Mhm,
Torgashev and
mhm,
Naumov
mhm.
going into nationals, and he just couldn't.
Yeah.
Um, and that was unfortunate to see, but he has four continents to redeem himself,
Mhm.
and it's a question of whether he comes in swinging or whether he comes in still, with that over his head.
Yeah.
But the crazy thing is, Tomoki has never finished, I think,
He's
higher
never
than eight.
medaled at a major ISU international competition on the senior level. He's only won
Yeah,
medals at, like, senior Bs.
right. And this is his sixth four continents, and he's never
Whoa.
finished higher. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
never finished higher than eighth. So that just goes to show how different it was for him this season, right? For him
Yeah.
to have been that close.
I mean, I
Um,
was pretty sure going into nationals, he was getting the 3rd spot. Like, the 3rd spot was
mm,
him, Jason was the other one, and
yeah.
neither one of them ended up on the team. It's just so I still can't
It's so
still not used to
nuts.
that reality.
Yeah. Yeah.
I am
Agreed.
excited to see Freebird again too. So, yeah.
Yeah. A lot can happen.
Mhm.
My podium is some combination of Kao, Kazuki, and Junhwan.
Mhm. Yeah, agree.
Feels it feels kind of obvious, which
Mhm.
probably means that it won't happen.
Mhm.
Um, but there's a lot that can happen, and
Mhm.
Roman Sadovsky having a consistent season, Wesley Chu um, being the way that he has come back right
Mhm.
from injury and surgery. Like all there are a lot of really good stories in this
Mhm.
field. And to your point, Jacob Sanchez, he could really make a
Mhm.
moment here for
Yeah.
himself in his first senior championship event
Mhm.
heading into junior worlds.
Aw.
All right, should we talk about the women?
Yes. I'm a little bit not pleased, displeased that Monet Chiba is here. Ami Nakai, I think less so because she's, first year senior, she needs the experience, but I feel pretty certain that Monet is going to be in the team event in Milan with Kaori. Just a guess, just based on the way Japan has done it before. And I'm like, she's had a really strong season. Does she need this competition? Does she need it? Why is she here?
I think there's something to be said about the tightness of her last two competitions in the free skate that I
Mhm.
think, if anything, it's a way for her to maybe clear the cobwebs a little bit
Mhm.
and like have a good free skate going into the Olympics. Now it could also backfire and be like you have a
Mhm.
third tight free skate in a row.
Mhm.
That could be a thing. But yeah, I don't know exactly what the strategy is here for
Yeah.
Monet.
Yeah. I also heard that she is still working on quad toe at home in practice the way she normally does, and I wasn't psyched about that either. But, Monet is like my secret, like, I'd be really happy if she won the Olympics. But, I know it's a little bit like of a reach, but like I feel like this is disrupting that narrative I have in my head for her. So, you know.
I mean,
Um,
anybody who's followed me in the
mhm.
figure skating world knows that I was on the Monet
Oh
Chiba
yeah.
bandwagon
Oh
before
yeah.
The Monet Chiba bandwagon was
Monet,
even
Fumier,
constructed. Oh
Chiba.
my god. The
Yeah.
I if folks don't know what we're talking about here, Fumiya Saguri was a superstar back in the late 90s, early 2000s, to the mid
And
2000s. She
she
was at
was robbed at 2 different
2006 Olympics.
Olympics.
Yeah. Yes. Um, she her jump technique, if you watch her jump, they look so similar
Mhm.
to Mone Chiba's jumps.
Mhm.
Every single entrance, the landing positions, everything.
Mhm.
And I love the way that she skates, and
Mhm.
I have been high on her from when she was a first year senior, and you know,
Yeah.
she's a great skater. But yeah, Mone Chiba, Ami Nakai, on paper, those are your
Mhm.
favorites.
Mhm.
Um, Jia Shin comes in very strongly
Yeah.
with two very strong domestic competitions, but the
Mhm.
question is, can she deliver internationally
Which we have not seen
after?
her do
Exactly.
yet.
Um,
Um,
but was it because it was early in the season, or was it because there was international? I think we will see what
yeah, I
that
think in one
means.
of her Grand Prix was a surprise because she was a last
Hmm.
minute alternate, and then her next Grand Prix was the week after that. So,
Yeah,
I think she could do well here.
yeah,
Love Chia. I'm excited to see her too.
yeah.
Um,
I think she's gonna if she's going to be competitive with the other two,
Mhm.
she will need to rediscover the choreography a little bit more because
Yeah.
when she was at her two national domestic events,
Mhm.
she really was like business-like and was like,
Mhm.
I want to make sure I land these jumps so I can
Mhm.
make it onto the team. And it
Mhm.
took some of the spark out of her skating.
Yeah.
So that was a big part of it.
Mhm.
Um, but Gia has a shot.
Mhm.
Sarah Everhardt, Bradie Tennell
Mhm.
both come in after
Mhm.
those banging skates at the nationals. I mean,
Mhm.
the three of them, right? Gia,
Mhm.
Sarah, and Bradie all come in with that momentum from
Yeah.
nationals,
Yeah, for sure.
and um, Sarah and Bradie aren't going to the Olympics, and so
Mhm.
their whole thing is like, how do I end this season potentially on a very high note?
Mhm.
Bradie Tennell, there's a chance that this could be her final competition.
Yeah. Kinda crazy to think about that.
Yeah, yeah. So there is a bunch of skaters there
Mhm.
who can really make make a splash.
Yeah.
And then you've got a few others who are kind of on the fringe, right? Samodelkina, Hay and Lee, Yuna Aoki,
Yeah.
the wild cards,
Yeah.
and those are folks who you can potentially count on.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see how Samadelkina looks at this competition because she was
Hmm.
so good at NHK Trophy and then
Hmm.
really struggled at Golden Spin
She
randomly.
was
She still got on the
sick.
podium there, but like,
She had some
oh,
kind of a lung infection,
geez. Um,
and she thought she was getting better, so she skated,
yeah.
and then it got worse, and so
Mm,
she had to withdraw from nationals because of it.
okay. Well, I hope she's feeling better and I want to see
Yeah,
her skate well here. Maybe she should
yeah,
have stayed home. Um, yeah,
and
because
then
she's doing the same trek that the Americans are because she trains in LA. I
yeah.
presume she's coming from LA. Oh,
I mean, I'm curious to see what some of these skaters are going to do because I
mhm.
know there are skaters who are going straight from core continents to Milan.
Wow.
Because it really literally is the next week. So, like, if
Yeah,
you go home, what's the point? You go
yeah,
home and you spend a half a day on the plane traveling, and you're wasting another half a day traveling
yeah,
or a full day traveling to
yeah.
Milan and all that stuff doesn't make sense.
Mhm,
Um, I think that's a question to be seen. Um, Gabby Daleman would love to see her have a great skate here.
mhm,
Um, I think she was Not I think, she definitely was disappointed that she didn't make the Olympic team,
mhm,
but what a comeback for her
mhm.
to have crawled her way back after kind of not even been able s not barely able to walk after the surgeries.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, there's just a lot, that could happen. Sarah
Mhm,
Mo Dupuis with her triple axel, Ruyang Zhang with her, potential to kinda get into that top 10.
mhm,
Star Andrews, if she can skate the way she skated at Skate America,
mhm,
she's got things. There's a lot.
mhm. Yeah,
Excited to
mhm.
see what the women's event's gonna bring.
I'm a little sad that Kazakhstan only had one, lady to send to this, other than Sophia, so they only have 2 entries. I guess they didn't have another one with minimums. Uh,
Should bring back Isa.
yeah, Isa Mambiekova. I think she
Um,
works with the federation now and is a team leader sometimes, so maybe we'll get to see her,
Maybe you'll see her. Give
around.
give her a rocker skating
Oh,
podcast
I
pin.
will. I will.
She'll be like, "What is this? What's a podcast?"
Yeah.
Uh, I don't listen to podcasts.
No.
I just dress very well.
Yeah, and wear headpieces. I can't wear headphones, they'll interfere with my headpiece.
Oh boy. Okay, well, we got Four Conscience coming up in a matter of 3 hours.
Mhm.
So we're going to stop this for now because I think we had a pretty good chat about all the stuff that may or may not happen at Four Continents. Which discipline are you most excited about? And don't say dance.
Pairs. Yeah. Pairs.
I
I mean,
think pairs too.
weirdly, I feel like this men's event's going to be kind of, no, it's going to be menning. It's going to be menning.
It's going to be a disaster, as
Yeah, it's
always.
going to be a disaster.
I have no hopes for men's events because I don't want to have high hopes and then have them be dashed.
Yeah.
So I'd rather have no hopes so that
Yeah.
they can be, I can be pleasantly surprised, right? Like
Yeah.
at Grand Prix final, the men were great, with the exception of Shaidorov. But
Hmm.
the 5 other men in the free
Yeah.
skate were
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah.
And I would be okay with another men's event if it means that in Milan we get the best of these guys.
And no Sochi repeat.
Yeah, no Sochi repeat.
No
And the
medalists from the
ones,
second to last group.
yeah, and the ones who are not going to the Olympics, I hope you all skate incredibly well here.
Yeah. Lay it down.
Lay it down. I hope you all skate well, seriously. But it's men's skating. What can we expect? All right. Well, I'm gonna go take a nap.
Okay.
And we're gonna get started with Four Continents very soon. Thank you for joining us, everyone. And for Michelle Ellis, this is Jackie Wong, Chief Skate Nerd of rockerskating.com. Go find my pins at rockerskating.com/pins because they're all the rage. Not just my pin, but pins in general in the Olympic season because everybody has pins. So it's fun. And thank you to Tara Nichols for listening to this much shorter podcast than usual and making us sound good. We'll talk to you again soon. Bye.
Bye.